Hello, y'all. Carnivore DC here, back again. It's been a while since I've cut a video, but I don't know if you remember from my last video, I had the little C at COVID-19, and I was pretty good after about 4 days or so. But I did have some lingering symptoms for a while, and quite honestly, it just kind of killed my motivation for a while. And I would come home from work and just hang out for maybe like 30 to 45 minutes, go to bed, and get up the next day and do it. And I had to do that for probably a whole week of work. But now my strength is coming back. I do my bands nearly every day. I'm on my bicycle or something every day, and my strength is not quite there. I'm probably 95%, so I'm feeling a lot better. But one thing that a couple of messages today. One message is you got to start somewhere, okay? And the other message is we're going to cut up this superfood known as beef, okay? I'll talk a little bit about this. So a few weeks ago, I was gifted a brand new pair of running shoes, super nice running shoes. And I told the lady who was fitting me for my shoes, that I'm going to start running again. And to hear those words come out of my mouth, it's like, oh, really? Okay. But years ago, I think it's over 15 years ago now, I broke my leg in a cycling accident. And ever since then, I've done a little bit of running, but not much. But you got to start somewhere. So the first day that I went out running, I just ran down to the end of my street and back. And really, I was probably out there for 5 or 6 minutes. But one thing that I've noticed in the past when I start running, I know that I get super sore. And so one thing I said, you know what? I'm not going to go out there and run and just get so sore that I can barely even walk in my office, you know? So I took it easy. Then 3 days later, I went out and I decided to go all the way around my block. Now, it wasn't even a complete run. I'm doing this a run walk. Like I said, you got to start somewhere. I ran a marathon in the year 2000, and that's not even, I don't want to run a marathon again. It's, at least at this moment right now, I'm not really motivated to run a marathon. But I would like to be able to go out there and just be able to run a decent 1 to 3 miles at times, and just because I do like it. One thing I did notice too is that I'm a little lighter than last time I ran, and not carrying that extra weight is definitely better. So if you're sitting there and you're thinking, oh my gosh, should I do carnivore or should I not? Should I start working out? Maybe I should get up a little earlier in the morning. Maybe you don't have to do all those things at once, but you got to start somewhere. And whether it's that you just have one meal and you only have a meat-based product like some meat or some eggs or some bacon, or even some seafood, but don't have all the other stuff that goes with it, that's a win. Then you can add that up to the next meal, and then next thing you know, it gets to be a lifestyle. That's what I've noticed with me. So, it's laughingly, if I, where I was and going out there running, it's like, man, that was like really nothing. Well, you know what? The next time I went around the block, I felt better, and so I just feel like it's just going to get better and better. But you got to get out there. You got to be consistent, and you got to do it. So, and it doesn't matter how bad did I suck at running right now. I can get better at it, and because you got to start somewhere. Okay, today is Saturday, March 4th, and it's a beautiful day here in the Florida Panhandle. It's about 75 degrees outside, super sunny. It's a pool day for us. I don't know if you can see, but I'm wearing my bathing suit, and we were already out in the pool a little bit. But today is going to be steaks on the grill day. I'm super excited about this. This is a real treat for us. Now, if you remember from some of the other videos that we bought this meat at a super discount at Publix. They had a big sale, nationwide sale at Publix. This was $5.99 a pound. Okay. So this is a real treat. Even at $5.99 a pound, it's kind of expensive, but in the full retail price of something like this, it would probably be anywhere between $15 and $20 a pound for this choice rib loin. So I think this is our last one, isn't it, Ms. Carter? Yes, this is our last one. It's been in the freezer since mid-December, and we brought it out the other day. It's been in the fridge, and so we have cooked it. I could just put it on the grill and cook prime rib, which of course that's amazing. But we decided, you know what? Let's cook up some steaks, and so I'm going to cut this. I'm going to cut this meat in steaks today. Okay. So always start with a sharp knife. You know, this is my favorite knife. You know, this is a long, big chef knife, and a lot of times, really, I do have a slicer knife, but I just love this knife. I love the way it feels. So we've had this for over 30 years. This knife and some other knives. So this is all wound up together. Basically, what they do is they'll cut off the bone away from the meat, and then they'll wrap it back together. So when you're ready to take it off the grill as a prime rib, you will you'll end up you can just take that off and then be able to cut it really easy. Now I looked at the specs on this before when I took it out of the cellophane. It's 7.89 pounds. It was $47. Now we should be able to get some really good sized steaks out of this, probably anywhere between 3/4 pound to a pound per steak. And you know, gosh, if you went to a restaurant and got a ribeye steak, a 1 pound ribeye steak, it would probably be $45. This whole piece was $47. Now we don't eat ribeye all the time. This is, you know, we can't afford to have ribeye all the time, so it is a treat. So, you know, people were asking, well, gosh, how much does carnivore cost? Well, you know what? There's a lot of carnivores who eat ground beef only. So we're taking off the ribs, and I'm going to end up cooking these on the grill, these ribs, and we will have a really good snack with these. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ribs here. So we'll end up cooking that on the grill also. So anyway, you can if you just do ground beef and eggs. I think we bought eggs the other day. We calculated it out, and it was 18 cents an egg. Okay, because the egg prices have gone down now. But at 18 cents an egg, you get a lot of incredible nutrition with that, and then ground beef. One thing cool about ground beef is that they say, oh, you know, they're going to put all this stuff in there, because what they'll do, they'll take all parts of the cow and put it in the grinder. They'll put fat in there. They'll put some tougher stuff that's in there. But as it's ground through, it all comes out really nice. And in a way, it's really good because you get all that collagen and all that stuff that you may not get even from a great ribeye steak here. So I think it's about, you know, you could probably get ground beef $3.99 a pound, and you don't have to buy the 95% lean or the 90% lean. Actually, it's probably better to go the opposite. Go 75% lean or 80% lean. It's cheaper. Plus, you get those fats, and we really want those fats. Okay, we're going to start here. If you see, this is kind of at an angle, so I'm gonna just take this little sliver off here to get it all just kind of squared up. Don't worry, this is going to be a good little piece of meat that we'll put on the grill here. My grill's warming up right now, and again, we're just going to take that. If you can see, it's kind of like bulbous out there. We're just going to take that little end piece there. Now I'm ready to cut the steaks that I want us to cut. But this is, you can see that it's just kind of the end. And again, none of this is going to go to waste. So I always like to cut it this way for some reason. So I look at it and say, well, how much should I cut? You know, it's probably going to be about like that. I mean, I'm just kind of eyeballing it. I used to work at a steakhouse in Jacksonville, Florida, while I was going through college, and I was actually a steak cutter. And I would go to the table with loins just like this, and cut their steaks right at the table, and then they would go cook them and bring them back to them. And again, this isn't. So I don't want to bore you all with this, but basically this is what it's going to end up being. Some good steaks like that. Then what I'm going to do, all I'm going to do is just put a little bit of salt on them. And of course, Redmond's real salt. You got to get some Redmond's real salt if you don't have it. This stuff's amazing. I'll put it on there, let it sit for a little while, toss them on the grill. I'll probably undercook some, and then we're going to we'll vacuum pack it, put it in the freezer, and then it's going to be good for the rest of the day. So anyway, remember, just get out there and do it. You got to start somewhere, and just start a little bit at a time. Next thing you know, you're going to be a changed person. I'll tell you what, I feel like my body's changing every day. So this is really cool, eating more meat. Okay, you guys go out there, eat some meat, and get out there, get outside. All right. Take care.